Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Kirtana Gananardana Paro Yatambo Nadi Dira Jana Priyo Priyakuro Nirvasaro Pujito. Yeah. Ploopity plop. Higgledy piggledy pop. There must be more to life than this. Okay. You pushed the wrong button. First canto. English, Bulgarian, okay. And advanced view. Okay. Oh well. Here we go. Find on page 46, right? Yeah. Okay. Krishnot kirtana gana nartana poro Premamritambo nadi Krishnot kirtana ananartana poro Premamritambo nadi Dira dira jana priyo priyakaro Nirmatsaro pujito Dira jana priyo priyakaro Nirmatsaro pujito Shri Chaitanya Kripa Bharo Bhuvi Bhuvo Bharavahantarako Chaitanya Kripa Bharo Bhuvi Bhuvo Bharavahantarako Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Sri Jiva Gopalako Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Gopalako Hey Radhe Vrajadevi Kecha Lalite Hey Nanda Suno Kutaha Hey Radhe Vrajadevi Kecha Lalite Hey Nanda Suno Kutaha Shri Govardhana Kalpapada Patale Kalindi Vanye Kuta Shri Govardhana Kalpapada Patale Kalindi Vanye Kuta Goshantariti Sarvato Vrajapure Kedai Mahavivalo Goshantariti Sarvato Vrajapure Kedai Mahavivalo Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyago Shri Deva Gopalako Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janabaraba Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Radha Madhava Astasaki Kija Narayanam Namaskritam Narayanam Namaskrityam Nadam chaiva narottamam Devyam sarasvatim vyasam Devam sarasvatim vyasam Tato jayam udirayat Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya Srimad Bhagavatam 1746. It's cool.
And 47 and 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then prasadam.
Oh, yeah.
And then sankirtan.
Oh, good.
Can go out and freak out people on the street. Can wear funny costumes. Yeah. Tad. Therefore, Dharmajna, one who is aware of the principles of religion, Mahabhaga, the most fortunate. Tadharmajna Mahabhaga, Tadharmajna Mahabhaga, Bhavadbihi, by your good self, Bhavadbihi, by your good self, Gauravam, glorified, Kulam, the family. Bhavadbir Gauravam Kulam, the second line there. Bhavadbir Gauravam Kulam, Tadharmajna Mahabhaga, Bhavadbir Gauravam Kulam, Vrijinam Narhati Praptom, Pujyam Vandyam Abhikshnasaha. Boliye. Tadharmajna Mahabhaga, Bhavadbir Gauravam Kulam, Vrijinam Narhati Praptam, Pujam Vandyam Abhikshnasaha. Tadharmajna Mahabhaga, Bhavadbir Gauravam Kulam, Vrijinam Narhati Praptum, Pujam Vandyam Abhikshnasaha. Tadharmajna Mahabhaga, Bhavadbir Gauravam Kulam, Vrijinam Narhati Praptum, Pujam Vandyanam Abhikshnasaha. Ladies, chant. Tadharmajna Mahabhaga, Bhavadbir Gauravam Kulam, Vrijinam Narhati Praptum, Pujam Vandyam Abhikshnasaha. Okay. Tat, therefore, Dharmajna, one who is aware of the principles of religion, Mahabhaga, the most fortunate, Bhavadbihi, by your good self, Gauravam, glorified. Kulam, the family. Vrajinam, that which is painful. Na, not. Arhati, does deserve. Okay, praptum, for obtaining. Pujyam, the worshipable. So we have Guru Puja, right? Guru Puja. It is not Guru Puj. Puj means mucus. You invite, we want to invite our congregation to Prabhupada's appearance day. We will have Maha Guru Puj. What is that? I'm not sure I want to come. Yeah. Pujam, worshipable. Vandyam, respectable. Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Abhikshnasaha, constantly. Where does that word occur? Abhikshnasaha. Yeah, my favorite verse. 1047:63. 1047:63. It's the songs of the bee. Song of the bee. And after offering this after glorifying the gopis, then Uddhava has one prayer to them. Vande Nanda Brajastrinam. Pretty clear, right? Vande Nanda Brajastrinam Padarenum Abhikshnasaha. I offer my obeisances to the feet of the ladies of Nanda Maharaj's village, Abhikshnasaha, perpetually. And the purport says that he didn't even offer these prayers to the queens in Dwarka. Yeah. So, very nice prayer. Vande Nanda Brajastrinam Padarenum Abhikshnasaha Yasham Hari Katodgitam Punati. Right? Punati Punya. Punati Bhuvanatrayam. Their loud chanting of the glories of Hari purifies the three worlds. You there, Mr. Treasurer. What are the three worlds? What are the three worlds?
Upper planetary system, middle planetary system, and lower planetary system.
Huh?
Upper planetary system, middle planetary system, and lower planetary system.
Okay. Bora Bhuva Swa also. Yeah, then there's the 17 worlds. Okay. Where do the hobbits live? No, you see, he's using Middle Earth, yeah, and also in Chinese thing, what is it called? I forgot, Forbidden Kingdom. You find that the same cosmology is there. Tolkien, with his what do they call it, the hobbits, whatever that thing is called. He's taking this from, he's a big professor at Oxford, one of the biggest professors. So all these stories, they're so nice because they're taking them from these authentic sources and, doing so many interesting things. Yeah, and so people, it's natural. They're naturally attractive. Yeah, okay. So then her grace, her grace Draupadi, her grace Draupadi Devi continues with her arguments, which she must be presenting in a submissive fashion before Arjuna, who has a big mustache and big shoulders like that, powerful guy. Rah, rah, rah. Okay, and Dronacharya, I was thinking that if he was sitting there looking, what's the word, surly, yeah, what are you going to do about it? Something like, I killed them all. Tough luck. Ha ha ha. Then everybody's going to want to kill him. But at this point, maybe I think his head is down, right? It says something like that. He's humiliated, and maybe he's even coming to his senses, and people are realizing that when he did it, he was in crazy consciousness to some degree. They just massacred his father, and everything else. Okay, so he got some revenge. Okay, you killed my father, I'll kill the last descendants of the Pandavas, and I'll make Duryodhana happy. Yeah. But it didn't work out that way. It was a bad day. He had a bad day. Yeah. Come on, I just had a bad day, like that. Forgive me. Yeah. So this is her next argument. She says, Mahabhaga, O most fortunate one who knows the principles of Dharma, Dharmagya, O most fortunate one who know the principle of religion, it is not good for you to cause grief to glorious family members who are always respectable and respectable and worshipable. Puja Vandana. Please repeat. O most fortunate one. Who know the principles of religion. It is not good for you to cause grief to glorious family members who are always respectable and worshipful. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, sitting alone in a little room in Vrindavan. Yeah. A slight insult for a respectable family is sufficient to invoke grief. Therefore, a cultured man should always be careful in dealing with worshipful family members. What is this? What do you think of when you hear this? How does this advice seem very practical to us?
We should not bring bad name to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah. He's Kanishta. Or his senior disciples or members of the society who are respectable because of their institutional positions or because of their accomplishments and knowledge or something. And it becomes a very, dealing in this society becomes very, very sensitive. Very sensitive. You come on the Sunday feast, some things like that, so forth, so on. But when you start to live in the temple and associate with devotees and you begin to understand things and stuff, and it becomes, very dangerous. And some people are smart enough to get out. I mean, I'm just not ready to associate with devotees. I just cause too many problems for people. Okay. Yeah. No, yeah. Okay. Just no. Yeah. So, and what else do you think of when you think about this? A slight insult to a respectable family is sufficient to invoke grief. Huh? Yeah. That one, I'm going to practice throwing the things like that. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard some devotees say that you're going to be with your god brothers, hopefully in the spiritual world, so you might as well get along with them now, and
wow.
You should act as if you don't see the faults and you see the good and encourage.
Wow. No, in the spiritual world, you have to be careful even not to insult the ground, right? You can't even insult the ground you're walking on. It's like, I'll stay Nilamadavadam, okay? Yeah. Difficult situation, no? Yeah. O Arjuna, one who has been glorified, for one who has been glorified. In the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving his argument to Arjuna about whether to fight or not to fight. He says, for one who has been honored,
dishonor is
worse than death. Yeah. So I mean, it's very, it's a big fact to learn in life, no? Yeah. Whoa, wow. Of course, in the modern world, nobody is honorable, right? That's the whole society. Everybody, we're all the same. Everybody, it's what's an egalitarian society. Yeah. And so, no problems. Yeah. Okay.
In culture, family members, they respect all living entities.
Yeah.
And they try to maintain a standard
Yeah.
where they can bring the consciousness
Yeah, yeah.
And therefore, when they are insulted, they feel, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They feel very bad.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Because you're looking at people who always, I mean, what's this, right? You're pointing at somebody. You're a devil, right? But you got how many pointing back at you, right? Yeah, and you got one pointing up at God. So it's like, yeah, because you're running around as a devotee. You're running around again, respectable person. You start like, Duryodhana and everybody else. The first thing they're doing is looking for everybody else's faults, right? Finding faults in everybody else. But in the exact opposite, when you become a more cultured person, it's the exact opposite. You start thinking about, what did I do? And you're going to realize that the people you're dealing with are people that are, because otherwise you start dealing with people you're used to dealing with. I mean, you raise up in a culture where the people you're dealing with are aggressive, seeking their own honor. I mean, if you're going to be, we mentioned this, if you're going to become a surgeon, or if you're going to become a military leader, you're trained to be, arrogant, self-confident, and right? You're trained up that way and stuff. And I've had experience working with people who come from more administrative families and stuff. Their whole idea is that, shoot first and ask questions later, and that's how you get to know people, right? Kill them all, and kill them all and let God sort them out. I mean, it's just, when you begin to realize you're dealing with different kinds of people, no? And stuff, and you just, Brahmins don't deal that way. And that's what a Kshatriya has to realize, that, when he would, and so Draupadi has to realize when she's making her appeal here, she's probably doing it in a very, she's calling him, glorifying, and everything else. Anyway, it's a very, very tough situation. Yeah.
But what defines a slight insult in this case?
Huh?
What defines a slight insult?
Oh, wow. What's it, the Sanskrit? Oh, but that's not in the Sanskrit, is it? Yeah. I don't have any real hard and fast definition. Yeah.
The fact that Ashatama was brought title.
I mean, I guess Ashatama, chopping the heads off of somebody's children or something while they're asleep, that classifies as a slight insult. It's slightly insulting, yeah. But what I would say, what Arjuna was doing was tying him up. Yeah, and it says that point.
So there is a hierarchy here.
Oh, yeah.
Brahmins are not to be insulted in the way
they... Yeah.
That's what's coming to.
Yeah, when they were going to determine who had the greatest qualities, right? And the first was an insult of the mind. What was the insult of the mind? Not saying the proper thing. Not saying the wrong thing, but not saying the proper thing indicated the mind was thinking a bad thing, was blocking it. And the next was the insult of speech, criticizing. And the physical one where Brigamuni kicked. Does Nilamadava have a Brigapati mark on his chest? No. Radha Gokulananda in Berkeley, which means that two more deities, Mayapur stuff, they have one there. And it's kind of, I guess, common. Brigu kicked Vishnu in the chest, and therefore that he has a mark on his chest at the foot of Brigu. Yeah.
I think in the metal babies' carts,
they do it. Yeah, they carve it. Yeah. I mean, it's just so many. Huh? Little ones have it. Yeah. So there's so many subtle things. Yeah. If I started going through names of people, how many people do you know who you could list like a one-line biography? Adolf Hitler, okay. Benito Mussolini, you know who he was, Mussolini? Okay, Tojo, okay. Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. Yeah, I mean, just think about how many people, you know of. It's like, I don't know how, it's lots, lots and lots of people. Donald Trump, who else we got? Charles Manson. It's just like, the number of people that we know is just incredible, Yeah, and so we start learning about Krishna consciousness, the spiritual world, and Bhagavatam, and all these people, and then different levels of, like you're saying, development. Every single inhabitant of Vaikuntha has more power than all the Indras and all the universes combined. So, one time they're in the harbor in Los Angeles, and there's one of these oil tankers being, cargo ships being pulled in by maybe eight tugboats, 4 on each side are pulling it in and stuff, You know how big these things are? These big ocean tankers? How big are the propellers? If we put it down right here in Nilamadava Dam, it would cover the entire dam, just the propeller like that. What kind of motor does it have? They have 2 of those things, So the devotees are walking along the beach, and this thing's coming in slowly. These tugboats are pulling this, monster in. And Prabhupada said, "This is Maya." And the devotees are, "What do you mean, Prabhupada?" And he said, the big boat, it turns over its propellers 1, 2, 3 times and breaks all the ropes and goes wherever it wants to go. So he said the soul is so powerful, so powerful. The Atma, us, Jiva-Atma, is so powerful. But because we're just intoxicated, I have to have a cigarette, we're just intoxicated by these things, and the little things can pull us around. This is a cigarette or this or that or some slight insult. So we can acquire, all this natural stuff. You can do it. You are Jivatma. Like that. Yes, I'm Jivatma. This is a tiny temple. Yes. Yeah. All the big buildings in Houston are for us. Okay, we're supposed to go ahead more verses here. We're running on. 47. Okay. So don't insult. Be careful of insulting what are so-and-so people. Okay, 47. We can all chant together. You got it there? Let's all chant together. Maro did Asya Janani Gautami Pati Devata Yataham Amrita Vatsarta Rodimi Ashru Rogmuki Muha. Okay. My Lord, do not make the wife of Dronacharya, Gautami, cry like me. I am aggrieved for the death of my sons. She need not cry constantly like me. Sympathetic good lady as she was, Srimati Draupadi did not want to put the wife of Dronacharya in the same position of childlessness, both from the point of view of motherly feelings and from the respectable position held by the wife of Dronacharya. Yeah. Okay, it's just unlimited amount of information here and stuff. One devotee, Mataresh, you know him? He's a regional secretary for Peru. Very nice guy, very respectable person. Comes from a family of, very prosperous people in Bolivia, and his brother is a lawyer, another brother is a doctor and stuff. And then somehow or other he married one lady, Nayana Manjari, from South Africa. It's an interesting story in itself. But she said that since the time she was a little girl, she wanted to be a nun. She put tablecloths on her head and stuff like that and stuff. And then she looked fine story. Just, very much attracted to this and being peaceful and being alone and being very pious and, thinking like I'm pious and stuff, and preaching to her teddy bears, like that, don't steal honey. But she's very, very renounced and simple her whole life. And then somehow or other she and Mataresh got married, and he had the contract for package service, United Parcel Service, UPS. He has the contract for UPS in Bolivia. The airplane comes 3 times a week and stuff. So it's like a pretty big job and that kind of stuff, and maybe like 25 employees or something all across the country and managing them and all this kind of stuff. And, good economic development. So anyway, and of course in South America, you don't have so many machines in the house to do everything. You have servants. And they're not replaced by machines. They can live a decent life and be part of the family, and every now and again, maybe one of them will get pregnant. Yeah, not married, but and her daughter will be a, bastard. Yeah, like that. But it's okay. You're the daughter of one of the serving girls in the house, and we're going to take care of you. And everybody, understands how everybody fits in. They acceptable. Yeah, but we just drive everybody out on the street. They start taking drugs and get in, and just die and stuff. But no, everybody has a place, and it's cool. Okay, you want to have a kid? Okay, but just one time. Okay, I won't do it again. Yeah, like that. Was he a nice person? He was a nice guy. Okay, like that. I don't want to know who he was. I don't want to tell you. So it's more, more sophisticated society. So suddenly she discovered that she had to be the respectable lady in this whole situation, and she said it was such a strain for her, like directing people and all this kind of stuff, and she had to change her dress 3 times a day because of different things and so forth, so on, and receive people, and it was just like, such a problem. Okay, so from the point of view of motherly feelings and from the respectable position held by the wife of Dronacharya. Okay, 20 comments there. One last verse here. Okay, 48. Okay, let's chant it together. Have you got it there? Yeah. Okay. Yai kopitam brahmaha kulam rajanyar ajitatmabihi tatkulam pradahatyashu sanubandanam shojarpitam. Imagine being in a society where everybody's walking around talking like this. Like in poetry and everything else, and cursing each other in multi-level Sanskrit. Yeah. Okay, imagine we were singing, the song by the Goswami Astika, which is by Srinivas. Okay, yeah, he was a contemporary of Narottam, right? And so. He's composing these songs which are so incredible, it's unbelievable in Sanskrit, and over here Narottam is composing other songs. It's like, all over the place people are composing songbooks and everything else, and it's just like, hey, I got a new song, yeah, okay, like that, like, wow, So, strange. I'm not sure where we're going to be in our next lifetime, but maybe we won't make it to Navadweep in our next lifetime. Maybe we will. Maybe. Okay. If the kingly administrative order, she finishes off here, if the kingly administrative order, being unrestricted in sense control, offends the Brahmana order and enrages them, then the fire of that rage burns up the whole body of the royal family and brings grief upon them all. So she said, don't do it because you'll cause other people grief. Don't do it for this reason, that reason. And now she's saying, don't do it just because to protect your own, and all of us, like that. So you think of any other examples of this? Somebody who offended the royal order? And
I think the Parasuram.
Oh, Parasuram. Yeah, he killed his father. Yeah, and he killed all of them, 21 generations, which I think is, how does it go? It's like, it isn't 21 back, it's like 3 back, and then 3 on each of those, 27, I think. So it's like, on the altar we have a certain, I think you're supposed to keep five generations on these different, on these family scheme planning, in Africa, other places you get. So we have Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta, Gorkishore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and Jagannath Das Babaji. Okay, and 5 of those, and each of those goes out 5. And so when you cause something to happen, it's going back 5 generations, and it's going out for 5 generations. So 25 generations. Then after that, they take whatever remnants they are and put it in a big pot, and that's the ancestral, pot. Yeah. I looked up Confucius, world classical literature, everything else, and I hadn't really read his philosophy so much, and it's interesting, and, a lot of people are educated in the culture and philosophy and ideas of Confucius, and so you can talk with them right away. It's not like talking to a dog or something. These people are educated in what is life, who are we, what are social responsibilities. And if you're talking to somebody from China, okay, yeah, and you say, in your community, are they especially taking shelter, like Confucius, like that? Oh yes, we have. Even during communist era, we were taking, still followed, and now it's growing. So what is the biggest sin you can commit in Chinese culture? Yeah.
Speak ill about the mother.
Huh?
Speak ill about the mother.
Speak ill about your mother? Yeah. It's close. I mean, I wouldn't disagree. I wouldn't do it. Not, huh? Yeah, not to take care of your parents, which is, so it's just related like that. Who's more important, the mother or the father? Yeah. And there, you don't, when you go into to meet somebody and they introduce you to your parents, you just sit and say hi, it's like, yeah. So yeah, that's, if you're going to preach there, you've got to understand the culture and these kind of stories and stuff. If you can relate these stories, and they go, oh, very nice, yeah. But from India, all Indian people are devils, right? Because my neighboring friend is my neighbor, my neighboring king is my enemy, my neighboring king's neighbor is my friend. So you just see right away there's this rivalry with China. On the east side, the Chinese have rivalry with. On the eastern side, China has a strong rivalry with Japan. I mean, you look at YouTube, you'll find unlimited numbers of movies where evil Japanese people are being defeated by heroic Chinese people, like that. Yeah. From our point of view, it's kind of silly and funny, but then they look at us like with James Bond always, fighting like that, Yeah. And the other side, on the western side, is India. And yeah. Okay, the Mongols are in between there. They're kind of like, are they Chinese or whatever? And oh God! But yeah, they have these histories of things. It's like, German people and what Russian people. They have any historic cause for animosity that may be passed down. Yeah, during the Second World War, the Germans killed off. They slaughtered each other. It's like 30% of anybody over 18 years old was dead. Take away 1/3 of the people. Yeah. And it's, I don't know anybody here. Anybody here's parents came from Pakistan during the partition? Anybody have to escape during the partition? Your families? No. Rock Talk, my first disciple, they were in Punjab, and they had been prosperous landowners in Pakistan, and the whole partition came, and it came down to the point where his father and I think it was three brothers and 7 sisters were just in their house in the neighborhood and just surviving, and then always Arabic Muslim guys were coming, and they knew they were going to come, and so the girls were praying to them, begging them to kill them, so they wouldn't be raped and then killed by these Islamic guys. And these guys did not want to kill their sisters. They liked their sisters, yeah. But then, please kill us. Yeah, okay. So they did. They killed all their sisters, and then they tried to fight their way out. And the only person that made it out was his father. His 2 other brothers were killed, and he came into Punjab and found some remote family members who were accepting and helping, and he started. Big Vaishya family, educated people, everything else, And so, I went there, visiting in Iraq, talking with Rock Talk and everything else, and meeting the family, and he was kind of like, his father would drink, he became a rickshaw guy, pulling a rickshaw, and he would drink a little bit. And we no way on earth we'd call him an alcoholic, but every now and again he would come home for lunch, singing movie songs and stuff. And so Rock Talk was calling him a drunkard. My father, I'm ashamed, he's a drunkard. And I would say he drinks a little bit. I mean, think about what he went through. Yeah. Think about the things that he went through and stuff like that. And after going through that, you deserve to take a little bit of, if you're an ordinary person, maybe a devotee, maybe you can surpass it. Maybe you can't. And so you begin to realize that, I think Rock Talk had inherited it enough so he had little animosity towards, Muslim people in that sense. But his father had, it's all quite natural. When you become a devotee, Madhyama Adhikari, you realize these things are going on, and you just avoid the situations where they're going to cause problems, and then you know, depending how, even some of the things go on till the time of death. You know, they'll still be there until you die, you know, and stuff, even no matter how purified you become, because it's your tendency. So, any final, Draupadi's made her appeal, okay? The defense rests. So now we're going to hear what happened next tomorrow, okay? But I was going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about Narottam. Yesterday's class was incredible. Yes. I have a tough time going through the whole program now and stuff, and coming to full morning and stuff. So, but what I do then is I listen to your classes online at 1.5 speed. When it's really, you know, I had to slow them down. With the Guru Bhakti's classes, we got to go down to 1.25 sometimes. you know, yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's interesting. I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult you. You can also listen to my classes and stuff. Yeah, it's just a fact, psychologically, that your mind, you know, works faster than usually what the speech content is, unless you're talking with Sadhaputta. Yeah. That I was communicating with him, Sadhaputta, our scientist. I was communicating with him over like a couple of months about some aspects of, you know, what do you call it, scientific aspect of Krishna consciousness. Okay. Then finally we met him in San Diego, and we're talking personally, and he said, "Oh, so that's what you want to understand, you know?" Then he started explaining it to me. And I said, "Can you slow down just a little bit?" Yeah. So he went from 1.5 to 1.35, and then I could, you know, understand what he was saying it as fast as he was saying it. You know. Then I asked Lokanath, who was with me there, "Did you understand that?" He said, "I could understand what he was saying. I knew the words and stuff, and some of the concepts, but I couldn't do it." Yeah. My background and stuff and so on. You know. So yeah. Then it's not only continuous, but it starts to become intense, you know? Krishna consciousness starts to become continuous, intense, Upadeshamrita, and broad. And then you begin to realize who you are. When you are continuously Krishna conscious in a very intense and broad fashion. Yeah, probably stands for a word for each of those. Then you remember, I am a cow. That's why I'm acting like this. That's why I've never been a temple president. Yeah, I'm a cow. Okay, I chew grass. Yeah, you guys do the other stuff. Yeah, my job. Yeah, I listen to music. Yeah. Okay, yes, sir. I was going to use a hearing aid, but the battery went dead. Stuck. Okay, yeah.
So, Guru Maharaj, I have one question. What is the difference between Draupadi showing compassion to Ashwatthama, considering him to be from the family of the teachers, versus Arjuna also expressing compassion for Bhishma and Drona?
Okay, wow, what is the difference? This is an entire essay subject for a PhD thesis, right? Yeah. What I would do, my mind right away goes to this fact that we can look at Arjuna's consciousness in both situations, right? Yeah, and his conclusion is basically the same in both situations, right? Yeah. He takes up the sword and he chops off the the jewel. Yeah. And that's just, in both situations he has the same responsibility. Yeah. And Draupadi, I would say the same thing, is that even though she may know that she appreciates the other side of the argument, you know, with her female personality and stuff, she's appreciating the other side of the argument, and she may even, you know, appreciate what's going to happen like that. But yeah, she's supposed to take this position. She's a woman, you know, so she should act like a woman, right? Right? No. Yeah, I mean, if she doesn't, who's going to do it? Well, the The gay guy over there will act like the woman. Okay, I'm actually a lesbian. Oh, I'm a man trapped in a woman's body. That's okay. I'm a woman trapped in a man's body. Okay, I'm pure soul trapped in I'm a donkey trapped in a human body. Okay, we got it all figured out now. We can figure out here what's going to go on. You know, so that's what I would say, that Arjuna comes to the but Krishna's inspiring within the heart. Kind of didn't have the whole Bhagavad Gita there. And so he comes to the same conclusion, that, because Prabhupada says violence is never good, but it's sometimes necessary to defend the weak against the strong when good arguments fail, but it must be applied expertly. So in all these cases, did he kill Bhishma? He didn't kill Bhishma, no. He disabled him. Did he kill Ashvatthama? No, but did he? Yes, yeah. He killed him and not killed him. He killed the bad part. Yeah. His body probably was not contaminated as a Brahmana. He was, very purified in probably his bodily activities and everything else. But something had gotten into it was something in his intelligence which wasn't pure. Yeah, and that's what he had to eliminate. Yeah. You know that. Sometimes you have to talk harshly with people, because they won't. Otherwise, it'll just pass over them. Yeah, I remember sometimes very specific with children. Sometimes you've got to be harsh with them. Otherwise, it doesn't touch their heart. They just think that you're saying it. Yeah. It's something I should do maybe, but at a certain point, you realize this is important. Yeah, Mommy's telling me something that Yeah, okay. Yeah, like that. Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah. Okay, can you go to kksongs.org? This is one of the greatest websites that I know of. I will also go to KKSongs. KKSongs. Yeah. I mean, Dinabandhu gave a fantastic class from memory yesterday, all about the pastimes and the people. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to make some comments, but I've been listening online. It's so frustrating because what was Ramakeli, the village? He couldn't remember the village where they met, and it was Ramakeli. Okay. Now, if you go here to the little icon for the authors and literature. Not only does he have good songs, but he also has authors and literature. Okay, then we get all the acharyas sitting on Vyasa-san. Now if you go to, what is it here? I guess, go to Authors Index down there. See that? Okay. Yeah. And you see he has, I don't know if who does this. This guy, somebody had been successful in keeping their identity, whether it is a man or a woman or artificial intelligence now, right? Yeah. Before we just said he, now we have to say she, he, right? But now with artificial intelligence, we have to say she, he, it, which if you say fastly, yeah. Okay, now let's go down to Nartam. There are a lot of modern devotees in here, and there are songs he has, even songs by modern devotees, followers of what's his name? Oh, Narayana Maharaj is also here. Wow. Okay. What's his name? Narottam. Okay. You got it? Yeah. And you see, then it has basically, it has a biography. Okay. Then it has song books, Prarthana and Prema Bhakti Chandrika. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. You got it? You can maybe blow it up there. Yeah. Prarthana and Prema Bhakti Chandrika. And miscellaneous songs, there's 3. Bhajo Patita Udarana Sri Gaurahari, okay, and Gauranga Karuna Koro, and Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yeah. So that's not in the songbooks. Oh, and he asked, okay, complete list of songs by Narottam. I guess that pulls them out of the songbooks and gives the first line index. Now if you click on Prarthana, because you see many of the songs we use are from Prarthana. What does prarthana mean? Prayers, yeah. The name of his prayer book is Prayers, okay. Guy is simple, okay. Then there's section 1, section 2, section 3, section 7, section 9, section 10, section 13, 17, 19, 20, 23, 24. 24 sections in prarthana. Prabhupada says when you become self-realized, you will spontaneously produce huge volumes of literature. Like that, yeah. So they're producing songbooks. And at this time, people didn't really have to write things down so much, right? Because they could remember things, yeah. Even Socrates heard one drama, and this was a big competition. They were on the same level. Classical education in Greece meant, I forgot a different thing. One was, composition of drama, okay, performance of drama, and criticism of drama. You had to be expert in those three things, how to produce, write dramas and then produce them. And that's what people were communicating. That's how society was established and ethical principles were established by drama, and public events and so on, yeah. So one time they came out of a drama with somebody, some younger student or something, and he said, it was similar to that. Somebody asked him, because writing was starting to become popular. I guess, writing has always been there, but it was only used for certain things and certain times and circumstances. Chisel it into stone. Making paper was a big job, ink. So they asked Socrates, what do you think of writing? And he said, it will create a class of people who appear to know many things, but actually know nothing. Yeah? How many people have the database on your computer? Yeah. How much of it do you actually know? Rupa goes, somebody gave me, when I did a course for the VIHE, they gave me all of Rupa Goswami's stuff, and I still haven't gone, I'm just trying to go through this stuff, even unlimited, Prabhu, I just got 450 gigabytes of so-and-so, books of so-and-so, oh wow, Jai, so, Prabhupada's saying you should know as much as you can digest and use practically. But simultaneously, what's his name, Achyutananda Swami, he was traveling in South India with the devotee Shankarbrit, and they went to one big Gurukula in South India, maybe 600 boys, 700 boys, and they were all from Brahmin families and so on. So in the hot afternoons, all they would do was sit under these little grass umbrellas, maybe in groups of four of them, and sit under there and practice their mantras and stuff and chanting and stuff, And so he said he asked one of the boys, maybe 14 years old or something, how many mantras, he's chanting, how many mantras do you know? And he said, about 37,000. No, I just memorized. Yeah, they memorized the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, so if you're born in a good family, and you're good training in brahmacharya, and you learn techniques about how to, and you do this, and you take a lot of ghee, then you can keep it. It's just, unbelievable. You've got to refresh stuff, you've got to move it around and put it in different places and stuff and connect it, and then, so what do you need to write it down for? Nobel laureate Zint Gorgi, he said, books are for things that you don't want to remember. Books are for things that you don't want to, or don't need to remember. There's two kinds, Boswell said, there are two kinds of knowledge. You know something yourself, or you know where to find it. All you need to know of many things is just the first line, the first few words, right? And that's how they're indexed, that's how they're footnoted in the Vedas. You put the first few lines in the book. So we just do a string search. And the location, the context, and then you can develop nice resources to control your mind, to preach, everything else. So anyway, I was looking at these songs, they're just incredible. I just started looking at some of them. Let's look at the very last one. Okay, Song 55, and see how he finishes off his songbook. Song 55. Okay. What's the meter here? I turn this sideways, I think we're going to get a different meter. Yeah. Hari Bol Bo Aramadana Mohana Harabogo. I don't know what it is. Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hari Bol Bo Aramadana Mohana. Anybody got any? No, it's like, if you go down to the bottom, he probably has a suggestion down there. He doesn't have a suggestion, you know. How's it go? No, what's the one? What's the Gopi one? Gopi Gita. Tapakatam ritam tapta jivanam kavibireditam. No, that doesn't do it. Haribol Boaram Mohan. Yeah. Anyway, you learn these meters and stuff, you know. I can generate one. But if you go on down here to the translation, he says, when will I be able to say Hari and see Madan Mohan? For this form I will walk to Braja. Okay, if things get tough in the temple, if there are many problems, all you got to do is go out on the railroad track and head east. Keep heading east, heading into the setting sun. And when you get to the ocean, you can figure out some way to cross the ocean, and then keep on going east and a little bit south, okay? He's going to walk to Braja. When will I be able to say Hari and see Madan Mohan? When will I be able to say Hari and see Madan Mohan? For this form I will walk to Braja. When I enter the holy land of Braja, I will be the ankle bells of the gopis' feet. I will make sweet, sweet sounds. I will behold the pastimes of the cowherd boys, and I will spread the dust from their feet and apply it to my body. It's pretty good. Anybody else? Number 3? Want to read number 3? Yeah. Loud.
I will behold the vision, sweet form of Radha and Krishna in my 2 eyes. I will remain at the gate of the forest of Braj, a residence of Brajabhumi. Please fulfill my desire. When will I hear the sweet sound and the flute of Sri Krishna?
Number 4.
At the last moment of my life, I will place my body in the Yamuna river and float singing Jaya Radha Govinda. Narottama Dasa says, I am unable to fulfill this desire. When will I become a resident of Brajabhumi?
I guess you could, go to Vrindavan with an air mattress, inflatable air mattress, float down the river, kind of paddling, maybe with a six pack of something, ginger beer, like that. Wow, yeah. So, it's beautiful songs. I don't know who translates them. Yeah. So anyway, this is kind of like yesterday. Also, the class finished off by saying there's so many pastimes and activities that we can't possibly describe them all. So it's a very, very rich culture. I remember when I was in college, right across the street from our fraternity house, we were in downtown area in a little city. They had a poster shop, and all these posters you could buy, and they'd put up different ones in the windows every now and again. And one showed a really big, athletic kind of guy, like a high college football guy, and on his plate he had this little piece of burnt meat, like some steak, cooked like that, and he was saying, if you don't eat meat, what can you eat? Like that. The next other picture, the same picture with this guy, vegetarian guy, with all his stuff stacked up with potatoes and everything else and so on, So, my God, if you don't watch Netflix, what can you watch? Well, we got unlimited stuff, I mean, somebody should go ahead and, as far as I know, there's no audio recording of Upadeshamrita, is there? And anybody's done it. Yeah. And done it with comprehension too, like, reading with comprehension about it and so on. If you look up Upadeshamrita, or Nectar of Instruction, there's quite a few on the YouTube, there's quite a few people chanting it, Brahmacharya so-and-so, like that. Then one devotee, he was here, Parishar? Yeah, he has an entire series of lectures, Madhava Gita. he has an entire series of lectures he gives on it. But he tends to go like, I know, he goes really broad in details and stuff. Yeah. And so, I mean, you begin to know people, you make friends with people, establish relationships with people that, help you in your service. Every one of us has a very specific service, right? Even as you go on as a devotee, you begin to figure out how you fit in. Some people figure out. Hansaduta said from the very beginning, because he came from a higher Vaishya family, and father had many employees and stuff, so he grew up in a family where, you take charge of people, you take care of them. You got, that was just natural. So he said, as soon as he became a devotee, he said, I wanted my own men, I wanted my own money, and I wanted to be able to talk to Prabhupada directly. Do you want to talk to Prabhupada? If you had the opportunity to talk to Prabhupada directly, would you do it? I saw a little like that. Was Narottam? I went on Narottam. Raghunath Das Goswami. Did he ever talk to Lord Chaitanya directly? There's no record of him ever saying a single thing. Lord Chaitanya's, they were in an assembly, and Swarup Damodar said, Raghu has a question. He was there, but, and Lord Chaitanya said, well, and he answered it indirectly, and Raghunath was quite happy with that. He's a Manjari, little girl. You have somebody else ask the question. Yeah. So finding our position in ISKCON, developing our relationships with people, Kanistha-adhikari, Madhyama-adhikari, Uttama-adhikari, we begin, it's like Kanistha-adhikari, you fold your hands, you say, Jai Prabhu, Haribol, I hear there's some bad things happening in the temple. Prabhu, these things happen a lot, things go in, devotees are taking care of it, Hare Krishna. Madhyama-adhikari, pay your obeisances, and you talk about things, but you understand different people and stuff. Uttama-adhikari, you do dandabats. It's Upadeshamrita, so it's like that. Formalities. Yeah. And then we can go ahead and improving our service. So, any final questions or comments?
Guru Maharaj, we have BBT app that we can install on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And it has the audio of all Srila Prabhupada's books in multiple languages.
Huh?
In multiple languages.
How many?
In many different languages.
Oh yeah, okay. How were they translated?
They read from the translated books.
But the audio?
Yeah.
But how were they translated? Who spoke them? Is it done by artificial intelligence?
Oh, no, it's devotees.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Can you distinguish whether it's artificial robot talking?
Yeah, some
Always?
words. Some words you can figure out. Yeah.
When it goes in ahead and it says Mayfia, the Mayfia or something, you get the unusual word. Other than it's just like common words, just that has the tone and everything else. Wow. Because there's so much resources and stuff. But Prabhupada says anybody who chants the Panchatapa mantra and Hare Krishna has achieved the perfection of life. And if you want to preach, read my books. Which means read, assimilate, and explain, or else you can just read them. I know devotees just go out and read, they just read Prabhupada's books, and people come. People come and sit around them. Shishira Nilamadava ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Nartam Das Thakur ki jai.